The Nintendo Wii U. Released in 2012, it became one of Nintendo's worst consoles ever, arguably. But for the past 13 years, I've been struggling to get my hands on one, until now. Let's start by rewinding a few years back. The year is 2010. I was 4 years old when I received my first video game console ever, the Nintendo Wii Mario Edition. Ever since then, I've been a fan of everything video game related. I grew up mostly playing PlayStation and Nintendo consoles, so when the Wii U was announced, I really wanted one. However, one fateful day, sometime in 2012, I committed one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I was playing Super Mario Galaxy 2, trying to beat the tree slide stage. I kept on dying over and over and over to the point where I felt gamer rage for the first time. I was so mad, Kid Me grabbed the Wiimote and threw it at the TV. As punishment for breaking the TV, my dad swore to never buy me a Wii U. No matter how much I begged or pleaded over the years, he kept his word. And kept his word he did, since my next gaming console was the Nintendo Switch in 2017. Even after getting the Switch, for some reason I still really wanted a Wii U. I'm pretty sure the only time I've played this thing was when I visited my cousin's house and the demo kiosk at Target. However, as time marches on, the age of the Wii U library started to get really outdated. Whether they be ported onto other consoles or had upgraded versions on Switch, there was no real reason to buy a Wii U anymore. Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon, Splatoon 2, Smash 4, Smash Ultimate, you get the point. I'm not sure if it's my desire to play these old games or just own the system, but I still really want a Wii U. I remember when I first started looking for the Wii U was around 2020. My Wii got the withered Bonnie treatment, and with the disc reader having issues, I thought now would be the best time to own one. Ever since then, I've tried to buy one multiple times but would run into so many issues. Over the past few years, GameStop have stopped selling retro stuff. Whenever I'd find one in stores, it'd just be way too expensive. eBay used to be my place to go for buying old vintage retro games, but even then I couldn't find any good deals. I was having horrible luck and nothing seemed to work out for me. Well, that was true until just a few weeks ago. Years have gone by since then, and now I'm a college student. The year is 2025 and I was going about my day when suddenly I got an interesting Discord message from Ramon, one of my best friends. He sent me a Facebook market post for a Wii U being listed nearby. Just by looking at the offer, you could tell it was a steal. A Wii U with a Wiimote, 5 games, and a balance board for only $80. I've heard of the Facebook marketplace before, but never bothered to take a look. Seeing this message immediately put the Facebook marketplace on my radar, so I signed into an old Facebook account and tried to message the seller as quickly as possible. It was my first time on the marketplace, so I didn't know what to say. In real life, you would just say, hey, can I buy this console? And on eBay, you would just buy it from your cart. But on the marketplace, what do I say? What should I say? I mean, if I say, hey, can I buy this? It might come off as ominous and weird. If I go, is this for sale? I sound like a dumbass because obviously it is. Luckily, there were some preset lines I was able to choose from, so I picked one and contacted the seller. Hi, is this available? I'd like to purchase this, please. Left on scene. 6 days after sending that message, the seller randomly left me on scene and sold the Wii U. I was shocked. I mean, it was my first time here, so I was wondering if maybe the Facebook marketplace was just really like this. Luckily, all my thoughts about this deal came to a halt when I saw another Wii U listing. This one even better than the last. $60. A whole ass Wii U and 2 games for $60. The second I saw this deal, I instantly forgot about the other one and focused my attention solely here. So I messaged them. Hey blank, is this still available? It's the same pickup line as the last, but I added a hint of flavor by including their name this time. He replied back that same second. Yes, are you interested? We are so in. Yes, I am. And here I decided to be a little honest with them. I wasn't sure where to go from here, so I told them something along the lines of, it's my first time on the marketplace, I'm not sure how it works, but I am interested. They were actually really nice about it. They gave me a warm welcome to the marketplace along with an explanation on how to look out for scams. It was really sweet of them, and I was able to pick up on a few interesting details to consider in future buys. As for the Wii U, they told me to meet up in a remote location nearby and pay in cash. This is perfect. A great seller with a great deal. I mean, nothing could go wrong now, right? This is where the fumbling starts. The issue is, the seller lives about half an hour away from where I used to live, and a whole 3 hours away from my college campus. Having no car, I thought ahead about this and told my dad about the whole ordeal. He lives closer to the seller and he was willing to pick up the Wii U for me, which they had no problem with. So, what's the issue then? Due to bad past experiences, the seller refuses to hold the item for longer than 2 days, of which my dad was only available to pick up the console 3 days from now. This was an issue, but the seller told me that if 2 days have passed and no one else has made a deal before then, they'll just sell me the console. We left it off at that note and I waited, but unfortunately just 5 hours later I checked the marketplace and the listing was marked as sold. Feeling defeated, I checked the marketplace again but saw nothing even remotely close to the 2 deals I just found. I let Ramon know and I told him about both deals I saw but came out empty-handed. Maybe getting a Wii U is not in the cards for me. With all hope lost, I once again threw my desires for owning a Wii U into the back of my mind and continued on with my life. Even though there's a retro game store near my house selling multiple Wii U's for a pretty good price, I put off buying one for a while. I mean, considering the deals I just saw earlier, I thought maybe I should wait for another good deal to pop up, if it ever came to me. A few months have passed by since then, and I was on call with some online friends. We were talking about past gaming experiences when I told them about my Wii U dilemma. While they told me I wasn't missing out on much, there were some games exclusive to the Wii U best played on there, including Nintendo Land and Wind Waker. That reminded me that one of my friends told me I should play Wind Waker at some point and the HD remake for Twilight Princess as well. So with my birthday less than a month away, I thought to myself, why not take another look at the marketplace and see if maybe I could get myself an early birthday present. And there it was, the deal. I can't find the exact listing now since I'm pretty sure they removed it, but it was something along the lines of a Wii U and a Wiimote for 95 bucks. It was originally listed for 120 bucks, but it went down due to being on the marketplace for about 3 weeks now. Honestly, just getting this console for less than $100 is a good enough deal for me, so I messaged them. Good afternoon, is the Wii U still for sale? I'm interested in buying it. As you could tell, since then I have leveled up my Facebook Marketplace game. I'll admit, I was a little nervous due to my past experiences in the marketplace, but less than an hour later, I received a reply. Yes, are you interested? We are so in. Yes, I am. Where do you want to pick up? Are you available tomorrow afternoon? Yeah. Do you have a preference for where and when to meet up? I do have a place. From there, we chatted a bit about how I was going to pay him and where to meet up. It was set. Tomorrow at 7 p.m, I was finally going to own a Wii U. With the deal set in stone, all I had to do was wait until tomorrow. I would be lying if I didn't say I was pretty nervous. With stuff like this, the seller could just decide to sell the Wii U to someone else or not show up. Either way, all I could do was put my faith in humanity and some college work. Sunday rolls around and it's almost 7 p.m. My mom drives me to our meetup spot and I wait. He tells me he was flexing his Pokemon luck on his friends, so he'll be a few minutes late, which I didn't mind. But then I got a text. Bro, I can't find a power cord, so I'll knock 10 off the price. And I'm giving you a free game because I feel terrible. It was a strange predicament. I didn't mind much since as long as the price is the same and the Wii U works, then I could just buy the power cord online. I felt bad accepting the offer, but at the same time, I can't use the console without a power cord, so I took his new deal. We met up, chatted for a bit, and went our ways. As soon as I got home, I plugged in the console and it worked. Well, the gamepad at least. I ordered the power cable online with a stylus just in case. All I had to do now was wait for it to arrive. I won't lie, it felt a bit strange. After 13 years, I finally have the console I wanted so badly in my hands. It felt lighter than I thought it would, and the screen looks smaller too. The buttons are so clicky and the joysticks feel nice. Maybe Scott the Woz was onto something. It was a strange feeling, but one of genuine accomplishment. After all these years, I finally got a Wii U. Apparently when you turn on the gamepad by itself, it shows a quick startup menu. I didn't know this and played around with it for a bit, but there wasn't much I could do without the console being powered on. Also, the seller left all his Nintendo accounts on, so remember to always wipe and reset your devices before selling them. The following day, Ramon came to visit. We haven't seen each other in a while, so we caught up on stuff and I told him about my whole ordeal and what I had to go through before finally getting a Wii U on my hands. While we were hanging out, the power cord arrived at my front door. We plugged it in as soon as possible and turned it on. It worked. The Wii U menu in all its amazing glory. The first thing I did was system reset the console, which was funny since I actually couldn't do that without being connected to the Wi-Fi for some reason. Thanks, Nintendo. When it booted back up, we connected it to the Wi-Fi and set up some preferences. When I got to the Nintendo Network ID stuff, I put in my info but no luck. I tried again but nothing. That's when I spent about the next hour and a half trying to set up my ID. And in the process, I learned that apparently the Switch uses Nintendo accounts, meanwhile the 3DS and Wii U uses Network ID accounts, which are two separate things. Luckily, I do have a Network ID account logged into my 3DS, but I don't know the password and email since I made them years ago. I could just make a new account or skip this process entirely, but that's lame. So I did what exactly any sane person would do and call Nintendo customer support. I honestly doubted they would help me, but surprisingly, they had a a whole line dedicated for Wii U, 3DS, and Wii issues. I was on call with Ramon when their automated robot told me a representative would join the call, but not even 2 seconds later, someone picked up, which shocked both of us. We must have been the first person in years to call and ask for Wii U support, which was hilarious. We told him our predicament, went back and forth a little bit, and then eventually I got my account info back. All that's left now is to play the console. Lucia, who is my sister, was nearby, so the three of us decided to check it out together. The next day, Miguel and Max, my 2 roommates and best friends, came over to visit. I showed them the Wii U and we played around with it for a bit. As a heads up, I'm writing the script as I'm playing around with the console, so here are my quick thoughts about it so far. It's been fun. I won't lie, it's a little difficult trying to be able to determine how I feel about the Wii U without playing any Wii U games I want. That's like giving you a copy of Minecraft for the PlayStation 4, then telling me what you think of the PS4. But with the little I have tried out, I honestly kind of like it. If it was just me alone messing around with the settings or whatnot, then I would think it was probably just something cool and leave it at that. But being able to experience this old console for the first time in new ways, a piece of Nintendo history being shared between me and my close friends, it felt nice. Making me's together, trying out shovelware games, playing Minecraft, discovering cool Easter eggs on the menu, these experiences feel even more fun when you're able to share them with others. The Wii U wasn't a good console market-wise, but it's still a fun experience with other people so far. I will admit though, the gamepad gimmick does feel a bit redundant. Most of the time what's being displayed on the screen is mirrored on the tablet. It's useful sometimes, but I'm not sure if those sometimes justify the worth of a whole new console. I also noticed that when you raise the gamepad volume, the TV volume lowers for some reason. It's kind of odd, but I guess also makes sense. Another thing that caught my attention was that a lot of elements here on the Wii U are actually directly taken from the Wii, which kind of makes the Wii U feel a little less original. And I think that's possibly why the Wii U failed. It just felt like an upgraded Wii with no other incentives to buy one beyond that. But as of now, I won't lie, I adore the Wii U and I can't wait to play some games on it. Speaking of which, Wii U games. While I could technically join the One Piece and sail the 7 seas to play all the Wii U games I want, I'm a sucker for physical games. I love collecting them, and I think they would bring a nice value to owning a failed video game console. That said, I spent the next 24 hours doing something what I'd like to call my plan is to stake out certain game shops and thrift stores near my house to possibly find great deals on Wii U games. I called Miguel and Ramon to get them on board and started to prepare. I searched all over the web for places nearby that could work and chose a couple of stores. The next step was to call and ask to see if they had any Wii U games in stock. Hi, I was wondering if you guys, by chance, do you guys sell any Wii U games? Perhaps have any video games, specifically anything from Nintendo? I was wondering by chance, do you guys have or sell any Wii U games?
Yes, I do.
I'm not seeing any Nintendo.
We have some Wii U games available.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, thank you. Have a nice day. After making rounds of calls, pinpointing certain game stores, and creating a map of places to go, I was prepared. I informed Miguel and Ramon of our current situation, and we were set. The hunt is on. Our first stop was a thrift store nearby, which I've been to multiple times before. One time I even found a Wii U balance board for $5 there, and on 2 other occasions I found a DS Brain Age game and Kirby's Dream Collection, both insanely cheap with everything in the box. Despite not seeing any other games here since then, I thought it was worth a shot given my past experiences. And I ended up finding some cool stuff, but no games. I did end up buying a Guitar Hero controller for the Wii though. For some reason they're pretty expensive online, so for $15 I actually think I got a pretty good deal. I'm a fan of how Friday Night Funkin' controls, and I'm pretty sure they both work in similar ways, so I'm open to give Guitar Hero a try. In the next 2 stores, I had a feeling I wouldn't find anything. The second store is a record shop. They mostly sell CDs and vinyls, but on occasions I've seen them sell video games here. The third store was a comic shop right next door that I checked out for fun. We didn't end up finding anything Wii U related in both, which was expected. So far, the 3 stores I went to were more luck based if anything. However, this last store is set to change everything. GameStop. Upon entering the store, we saw a collection of used Wii games, which was kind of bizarre to see. I didn't find any Wii U games though, so my next step was to ask. I was told they had Wii U games, so many in fact that they actually printed out a list of them. I went through the list, highlighting the games I thought were worth the price, and then started ringing them up. By the end of the trip, I bought 9 Wii U games for $95, which I think is a pretty good deal considering they're all first party games that I want to play. But the thing about buying used GameStop games is that once you get home, you always want to test them out. out. So that's exactly what we did, and half the games just ended up not working, which sucked a lot since I was actually looking forward to trying them out. I don't know who owned these games back then, but yeah, the camera catches that. There is just a straight up dot on the disc. I decided to return them at a local GameStop once I got back home from spring break. Having some free time on our hands, we gave Pokken Tournament a try and played Mario U, which was hilarious. By the end of the day, this was my Wii U collection, of which I will be returning these 4 games since they didn't work. And Mario Kart 8, I actually have no idea why about that one. Overall, I'm feeling pretty confident about my current Wii U collection. I'd say it was a pretty successful hunt. It was unfortunate that I would have to return some games, but there's not much I could do about that. That said, I was heading back to my apartment tomorrow, so I slept early and prepared. My plan was this. Once I got back home, my priority was setting things up for my cat. When I got done with that, I'll start unpacking and setting up the Wii U. I wasn't going to use it yet for reasons later explained, so I kept it under my desk. The following day, I went to a GameStop so I could return the games. However, as an employee was helping me make the return, the most unexpected thing happened. Bro, they got Wii U. For some reason, this GameStop ended up being a goldmine for retro games, even old titles from GameCube to PlayStation. I also noticed they had every game I was returning, so I decided to buy them again. After that crazy coincidence, here are the 3 games I picked right back up. On the way back home, I started reading the box cover and manuals. It kind of felt like being a kid all over again. Once I got back home, I tested them out and they all worked. The next step was to update some games, although for some reason when I tried to insert Super Mario 3D World, the disc would read invalid. I checked my footage and yeah, apparently I completely forgot that 3D World didn't work either. Thankfully, when I checked my footage again, I actually saw that they had a copy on GameStop. So I went back, returned 3D World and Pokken Tournament, then got both of them back in the original case, hopefully working this time. We also passed by a local retro game store where we found loads of Wii U games. Most of them didn't interest me or I already had them though, but a lot of them were still factory sealed too, which was really interesting to see, but I feel like I could never buy them since it would genuinely hurt me to unseal these games. I ended up buying Lego City Undercover since Miguel really wanted to play that game and it originally came out as a Wii U exclusive, so I thought it would be fun to give it a try. You know the routine by now. Once I got home, I started to test them out. Both GameStop games work and Lego City Undercover works too. Oh shit, never mind. For some reason, the Wii U would read the game being there, but the moment you press a button, it would read as invalid. No matter how many times I would try to clean the disc or the Wii U slot, it just wouldn't work. It wasn't like the other games either, where there was some obvious scratches resulting in an invalid disc. There were some light scratches, but nothing I could see that wouldn't make it work. Either way, I wasn't gonna ask for a refund since at this point I just didn't really care. And honestly, throughout this whole experience, I learned a pretty valuable lesson over buying used game discs, and it's that half the time they just end up not working. I'm not sure if it's because Wii U games suck or whatnot, but half the games I ended up buying just didn't work. I know optical discs could be pretty vulnerable, but to this extent goes to show that some physical media is hard to preserve properly, which is honestly an issue I've had buying physical games over digital ones. The argument of whether to go digital or buy physical games is one that I've had with a few people and myself over the years. I love having physical media and I grew up with a large physical collection of games, but at the same time, they can be easily lost, broken, or stolen, which is why I started buying all my Switch and PlayStation games online. They're way easier to access and always exist online, but at the same time, you lose having something physical while having to focus on file sizes. Recently, I bought a physical copy of one of my favorite games of all time, Persona 3 Reload. Even though I borrowed an online copy from Ramon, it felt nice being able to have something physical where I could show my love and appreciation for the game. I was going to start buying physical games again, but after this whole Wii U games issue, I'm not so sure about that anymore. Also, call me stupid, but I somehow lost my Breath of the Wild cartridge, which actually, I'm so upset about that. I have no idea how that happened. With all that said, here is my collection of Wii U games. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Lego City Undercover, Minecraft Wii U Edition, New Super Mario Bros. U, Nintendo Land, Pokken Tournament, Splatoon, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Maker, and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Oh, and also Mickey for some reason. I forgot I bought this game years ago by accident thinking it was a Wii game, and yes, it does work. With the haul finally over, here's my Wii U and its games. It's been a crazy week, but with my lust for buying a Wii U ending, I can finally rest now and enjoy playing my brand new console. is what I would have said if I wasn't a busy college student. As much as I would love to play these games with my friends and give you my final thoughts, I still have a couple of things to take care of first. I've also been playing Trauma Center Second Opinion on the Wii, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea to transfer my data over while I'm still playing it, so I wanted to finish that game first. That's why for at least the next week or so, I won't be using my Wii U. It pains me not to try out this brand new console I bought for myself, but as an adult, responsibilities come first. Also, I may have cheated a little bit since technically this was an early birthday gift to myself, but my birthday was still a few weeks away.
Isn't Ghost Mansion like you're playing in teams and you have to find your ghost?
Yeah. The Legend of
Zelda.
We should do that one.
A little over a week rolls by and I find myself with some free time. So me and my roommates decided to record some footage of us testing out some Wii U games.
Oh, go Zelda.
Wait, I thought we had to make our Mii's though.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, I'll chug you later.
Can't be that bad, right? Alright, let's see this.
Yo! Wow, bro. Nah, keep that, bro. This feels very racist. Yo, why is my nose the biggest thing? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't, grandpa hold this?
Yo.
Locks in for the Mario game, smashes for everything else.
Nice one, man.
Sorry, bro.
Bro, Camilo, you're funny, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Stop. Yo, what's wrong with you?
Watch this.
Yo, bro.
Yo, write it down.
I saved him.
Oh,
Don't move. Wait. Yo.
I have to get the thing.
You know if you're standing next to someone, you shake the Wiimote, you grab them?
No, let's go for a trip. Let's go
Wait,
for a
you
trip.
have-
Bro, whoa,
Kaylin.
whoa, what are you doing?
Yo.
Yo, bro, what are you doing?
Jump!
I can't
Jump! Miguel, jump! Hello! Yo!
I thought Kaylin got it for a second.
You would have died?
No, it just, you wouldn't gotten anything.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Can you make me jump?
Bro, you wasted the freeze
3 lives.
power.
Bro, let me go. What the fuck? Yo.
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 You grab and
Oh
then
my
just
God.
make me stand still. Yeah, you the greatest, nigga. And then Camilo just blocks our jumps.
Okay.
There's something down here. There's something down here.
It wasn't meant to be found. Wait, no, can I be the one who blocks people off? Here, Camilo.
You want to be the blocks?
Let me take control.
You are helping me indeed. Yo. Kaylin.
Hmm?
I can still get around it,
I
bro.
know, I'm helping you.
Yo.
I made a platform for you.
Yo. Kaylin.
What's happening?
What do you mean, what's happening? You're the one doing this, bro.
I just made a platform for you.
I had 13 lives, 14 lives at the beginning of this, bro.
Okay, bro, get better, bro.
Thank you. You got this, bro.
The Skywalker.
Kaylin, are you
hold
okay?
up. How do you check your... Man, that was so old, bro.
Nick,
Yo,
Turn it to bubble.
Kalen, you have 2 lives left.
And shoot. Fuck.
Kalen, bubble. Why don't you bubble?
I tried blocking my direction. Look, this garbage.
Yeah, it's possible. You could do this as a baby. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
literally
see
because
it.
you foot throwed me, bro.
I didn't do anything.
You foot throwed me into the lava, but you didn't do anything,
Oh.
alright?
Can I turn off the light here too, or what?
Yeah, we're done. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't having fun here. While I enjoyed playing the Wii U on its own, playing it with friends feels just much more fun. With all of that said, we arrive at the final chapter of the video. The Wii U was a failure of a console, no doubt about that. But being a bad console doesn't mean you still can't have a fun time playing it. I had a blast going through my new game collection, and I feel like part of that magical experience was being able to share it with friends. You could tell that Nintendo was definitely trying to aim for fostering this sort of environment through their commercials alone, and you know what? I see the hype. However, the Wii U didn't fail just because of poor marketing. The Wii U failed because people had no reason to buy one. Everyone who owned a Wii didn't see the Wii U as a necessity or the big next step in gaming, rather just a fucked up and evil Wii. Wii. There was no reason to buy one with its weak lineup of games at launch, and worst of all, the gamepad. Having this gimmick as part of your console makes it hard not just for new game developers to work around it, but also third-party support to be available. Most of the time, I noticed it was used as just another screen rather than a feature. Seeing Nintendo's track record with sequel gimmick consoles, the Wii U's fate makes me a little worried about the Switch too, so I hope that doesn't end up being just a fucked up and evil Switch. But third time's the charm, right? As of recording this audio, the Switch 2 Direct came out, and I actually watched that with Miguel. It was really impressive. I was surprised to see a lot of stuff there. I'm excited for a lot of games as well that I saw coming to Switch and new games as well. The only thing that worries me a lot actually is just the price of the games, but other than that, I hope Nintendo actually learned from their previous mistakes and are starting to actually work around that now, but that's a question that only time could answer. With all that said, I asked the following question: is buying a Wii U worth in 2025? No. Almost all the games on the Wii U already on Switch has upgraded better versions of those games, and the gimmick doesn't justify its price point. The only reason I could see to justify buying a Wii U is maybe having an alternative to the Wii or playing Wind Waker, which even at that point, you could just end up buying a Wii. Even so, I still enjoy this little shit of a console, and I'll continue to enjoy it from the time being. Fun fact, the Wii U and 3DS online servers both shut down on April 8th, which was my birthday. Speaking of that, I kept on mentioning about how the Wii U was an early birthday gift to myself. Well, this video also ended up
almost being published on
my birthday, April 8th, so happy 19th birthday to myself. I also found out while doing some research that a YouTuber by the name of Just Cole made a similar video with the same title and everything, which was mind-blowing to see. He took on a completely different approach to me than this though, so I ended up making this video anyway since I wanted to give my thoughts on the topic, and I'm also way too deep down the rabbit hole at this point. That said, I'd love to give a huge shout out to Ramon. Without him, I would have never gone on this Wii U adventure. Shout out to my 2 roommates for helping me fuel this Wii U addiction. Shout out to my online friends I was talking to because they also unintentionally encouraged me to do this as well. And shout out to Kaylin for helping me translate a lot of the script, which I had a horrible time writing. And if you got this far, then please feel free to subscribe. I try to go with a different format for this video since I wanted to break out of the 10 years later bubble for a little bit and stretch my legs out on other types of projects. I do plan on expanding into other unique content this year outside of just the 10 years later series that you'll hopefully find entertaining. But overall, thank you so much for watching, and please, please, please don't buy a Wii U.